Brothers and sisters, Africa is in trouble. Africa is in a land crisis, and this crisis can only be solved by the African people. When you see our brother Captain Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, when you see our brother Abdurrahman Chiani, our brother Simi Goita reclaiming their countries, reclaiming their land back, it is serious. African land needs to be taken care of by the African people. There's this video of this lady speaking about the need for the indigenous people of the land to take care of the land. And we just want you to listen into it and come back with our commentary.
The land is better off in indigenous hands because we treat the land like it's a relative. Maybe you've heard of this movement to return land to indigenous people. Land Back is about reasserting indigenous relationships with the land. We're doing this because the land itself is in crisis. Indigenous people are really good at managing for biodiversity and resilient ecosystems. That's because we've had generation upon generation to test out what works and what doesn't. So back in the 90s, the Nimipu people told the state of Idaho, we'd like to bring coho salmon back to the Snake River. The state fish and wildlife guys were like, I don't think so. But the tribe did it anyway. And now they're doing so well that the state has reopened the sport fishery. Same thing with buffalo. Most of the buffalo that you see today in zoos or wildlife reserves are actually descended from conservation herds that native people protected back then. We're also pretty good at cleaning up the ecological messes caused by colonialism. The town of Eureka, California was like, okay, we're ready to give some land back. And by the way, it's hella polluted. Good luck with that. And the Wyatt tribe said, great, we'll take it. And now they're in the process of successfully remediating the site. Land Back is a call to action to get real that the current system is only really working for an increasingly smaller group of folks. This isn't just an opportunity to right a past injustice. It's the only way to heal the land itself. And that means a better future for everyone.
So she says that the land needs to be taken care of by the indigenous people because those are the only people that understand the land. Those are the only people that have tilled the land for generation and generation. They know if I grow this in this land, it will do well. If I grow this, it will not do well. They understand. You know, we have always been one with nature as the African people. I don't know about the rest of the guys, but for us as African people, we have always lived harmoniously with nature. Whether it's the land, whether it's the animals, whether the whole ecosystem, we understand it better. And when the white men came and claimed our land and stole our land in South Africa, it's a big crisis. Zimbabwe, the same thing happened until Mugabe said, hey, this land belongs to Zimbabwe. Namibia is even a worst case scenario. If you go to Namibia, they even have racism in that country because, you know, you are not supposed to be there as a black person. You wonder, who are you to tell me that? Chinese are also starting to do the same in South Africa. It's very ridiculous. So when this lady says that the indigenous people of the land need to be the ones that take care, because she even gives evidence that there's a time when these guys, what's the tribe? They wanted to bring back, they wanted to bring back a certain type of fish, and this other guy said no. The guys did it forcefully, and it did so well that the government was like, hey, we have to bring this back to life because we the people understand what our land is all about. In Kenya, there's this tree that I hate that tree because I've really seen that it's a useless kind of tree. Gravelia. When you go to research organizations, these organizations that come from abroad, they are promoting this tree as a fertilizer tree. I don't know what to the ground, but when you really look at the tree, it is not good for our soils. It is even making our soil so infertile that over generations and generations, we will need to go back and start from ground zero to reclaim the fertility of our soils. It's the same thing that they are doing to us as the human beings, giving us food that is not good for our systems, and, you know, claiming that it's healthy, it's gonna help us this and this and this way. A lot of women are not being able to give birth because of the kind of foods that we have been consuming in Africa. The same as our lands. We need to reclaim our lands.
You know, I'll reiterate what she's saying. Africans see land as their relative. In my micronation of Gikuyu, land is seen as our mother. So we say our motherland because this is where we get our food from. And also we say that land is the mother and the sky is the father. So the sky rains on the mother, so the mother produces. So that is how it is. So it's true, what she's saying. A lot of our people lost their culture. But for those who have gone back to the culture, we are rooting out all those exotic trees and planting back our indigenous trees, because we have understood that all the indigenous trees, all the herbs, all the shrubs are actually medicine. And if you just pick something and eat, you are healing your body.
Yeah.
Some fruits that we used to eat as children are now being recommended as fruits, but most people destroyed them.
Yeah, there's a forest that they are reclaiming in Kenya. When you look at the trees that they are growing, cypress trees,
Yeah. And
nothing medicinal in that.
you know, if you go to Mount Kenya forest, they many parts of those forests, Abadeas, Mount Kenya, even the forest near Nairobi, they cut down all the indigenous forests, trees, and planted cypress. I mean,
Nothing grows under that tree.
Nothing. And that is ruining it. Because if I become president of Kenya, I will remove all that and plant indigenous trees. Because indigenous trees, they are part of us. They are us. We are them. We are in harmony with nature. We smell what they are. Like when we are at your place, you know that what is it? Not the cactus, the aloe vera. Your type of aloe vera. Some time in the evening produces this smell. And to someone who's new to the place, like, that smells bad. But you get used to it. And what I used to say is a way that God, created, the Most High created, so that when it produces those spores, because those are spores, they are those pollen to fertilize the others so that they can produce fruits. When they get into you, they heal you. If you have a problem with the chest, and you find that most people around that area will not have chest problems.
Now, do you know what happens? The opposite happens. A lot of people are being affected by that because of the kind of food we consume. You hear a lot of people saying, this is causing me to have sinuses. This is, giving me, I don't know, allergies, because of what we have been consuming.
Because you are eating bad oils, bad, things like wheat and all that.
Now we are not in the same, we don't vibrate the same with our nature.
So guys, let us know what you think in the comment section. If you're from South Africa, fight for your land. Come on, man. Namibia, those countries, you find that 70% of the land is owned by the foreigners. Like in Namibia, they say Germans are like, that is Germany. So let us know what you think in the comment section. If you'd like to support us, we have Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. We're also selling the Sahel hats. You find a link to our online market shop in the description, elegantmasai.com. And also we have super chat, super thanks. We have been seeing you supporting us in those manners, and also liking. You have shared our videos, and we are amazed. And thank you so much, and we see you in our next video. Bye bye.